Yo, what is going on, guys? Crypto Vibes here, also known as Crypto. Bringing you guys another video, and today, guys, I'm bringing you week 2 of the Remnants. Yeah, we're going up against Todd and his Washington Blizzards. Currently, he's sitting at 0-1, but nonetheless, I've heard Todd is a very solid battler, and nonetheless, he does have a very good team to back it up. So, definitely don't want to take anything for granted. And it should be a good match. I've never played Todd before, so I'm excited about it. And yeah. Before we get into the battle, guys, I just want to go ahead and let you know that this is probably my last video before Christmas. So if you guys do celebrate Christmas, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas for that. And if not, then have a great 25th of December and so on. Yeah. So getting into Todd's team, he does have the potential to bring Blacephalon Z Captain, Dugtrio Z Captain, Halucha, Metagross, Sneasel, Licky Licky, Tapu Bulu, Latias Z Captain, Gastrodon, Electrode, and Mega Tyranitar. And then on my side we have the Mew Z Captain, Diggersby, Shaman, Alolan Muck, Frostlass, Hariyama, Tornadus Therian Z Captain, Tapu Fini, Steelix, Charizard Z Captain, and Mega Manectric. So yeah, you can see some of the stuff on like the top half of his roster scares the living crap out of me. Blacephalon is a very threatening mon. Nonetheless, I do feel like I have very good defensive checks to it. Dugtrio is very annoying to play around, especially with a Z move. Latias, I feel like it's still a very good mon, but I feel like I have a good matchup for it. Things that I do not have a good matchup for, things like the Halucha, Metagross, Tapu Bulu, those three mons are they're very threatening. Yeah, they're very threatening. As well as Mega Tyranitar down there, it is very good if I allow it to set up. So those are some of the threats I figured would be pretty good against this team. Halucha being the biggest, because if I let that get to +2, I don't really have great switch-ins to flying plus fighting coverage at +2, so that's something I want to be careful about there. As luckily it's not like a Z Captain, but I mean, I guess that wouldn't be very good with Unburdened. So yeah, and then getting into my roster, or getting into my team, I should say, we are bringing Alolan Muck to start things off. If you look at his roster and some of those tier 1 mons that you guys would normally see on tier 1s, being like Blacephalon, Latias, and Tapu Bulu, Alolan Muck kind of just beats all three of those, which is really nice, and glad to have Alolan Muck for this week. Also making his debut, by the way, so that's nice there. As there was definitely a lot of sets I was debating on Alolan Muck, whether I wanted to bring the set I'm bringing now with Figgy Gluttony, or if I wanted to go Assault Vest, or if I wanted to be like Shookaberry with Shadow Sneak, which was another option I wanted to potentially run. But overall, I decided to go with the Figgy Berry Gluttony set with Curse, as this is a very, very good win con for me this week. So might as well bring in Alolan Muck with some, not really heat, but might as well bring it in with some nice potential to win this game. So that's the option. That's what we're going with there, as we are packing the Adamant nature with only 8 EVs in Adamant, but that's basically all we need. As I also want to be pretty bulky overall, so I can set up easier. As yeah, basically, most of you guys should know this, but if you guys don't know how the Figgy Gluttony works exactly, then if you get to 1/2 or lower health, then the Figgy Berry or one of the 1/2 berries you're running will prong, and you will get 50% of your health back, which is really nice overall, and it's very good longevity in this game. And where he does have a Tapu Bulu with grassy terrain, that kind of helps me there as well, so I like that a lot. As my team doesn't have very much recovery this week, so I'm going to rely a little bit on that grassy terrain if he does decide to bring the Tapu Bulu. Overall, we run in Poison Jab, Curse, Knockoff, and Brick Break. I think overall it's the best move pool I can run for this certain set, as Poison plus Dark coverage is insanely good against this team, specifically Dark. So Knockoff is going to be very solid there. Poison Jab obviously very good if I can get some Curses up. And then Brick Break is very good for one mon mainly, in particular being the Mega Tyranitar, which I expect to be his main switch in to the Alolan Muck, unless he does bring something like the Gastrodon, like physically defensive Gastrodon could be a potential switch into this. So Brick Breaks, though, it's like a lure for the Mega Tyranitar. So basically, if I want to curse up on something, Mega Tyranitar comes in, I can curse up again. Even if he gets me below my half, like I said, Figgy Berry Pongs, and I get basically a bunch of my health back, if not the full. Brick Break, knock out the Mega Tyranitar. Overall, very, very good set this week, in my opinion, because he doesn't really have another switching outside of that. Things like his other top mons, just like this Dark and Poison coverage, just do really solid things against it. So that was the idea right there with the Alolan Muck. And some of the best ways I can allow this thing to set up pretty freely is to pair it with some nice momentum. So that is what we decided to do here with our Choice Scarf Diggersby right here, being Chuckles. With huge power, obviously, Earthquake Return, you turn in Gunk Shot. Enough speed if he decides to bring Choice Scarf Tapu Bulu, so that's the idea there. As we're just running max attack with 24 in defense, it allows me to deal with like some of his priority a little better with like Sneasel and stuff. And think he had one more, like Dugtrio Sucker Punch. So that's like a couple mons I want to be careful with on priority. So I just decided to throw the rest in defense. As Earthquake plus Return, very good dual coverage. Once again, like Dark and Poison, Earthquake plus Return is very solid. U-turn, obviously, very good momentum into like a little muck and such. Because, like I said, this mod just scares a lot of his team out, which is very nice. And for some reason, if I ever feel like he's going to stay in with his Tapu Bulu, I'm guaranteed outspeed unless he has like a Tailwind up or something. With Field Shot, and I can knock him out. Even if he has a Caveat Berry, I believe if he's around 91 or lower %, I can knock him out. If he's not running too much bulk, that is. So that's the idea right there with the Diggers Bee. Overall, I think this mon's going to be very solid this week, and I'm excited to bring him. Getting to my next mon, we are bringing Mystique the Tapu Fini with the leftovers Surf, Nature's Madness, Haze, and Reflect. Move pool, in my opinion, is a little bit unorthodox this game, being that I just feel like the moves are kind of random. They don't really serve like a dedicated purpose, but they're there for a reason nonetheless. Surf is there because it hits things like Blacephalon, Dugtrio, Megatar without the sand pretty solidly. Nature's Madness wearing things down, obviously over time is very good for things like my Yellow Muck and Diggers Bee, obviously. And then with him having some huge physical presence, like threats to my team, being Hawlucha after it sets up, Metagross, Mega Tyranitar, I want to have a Reflect as an option. If I'm able to get that up, I can get easier switch-ins to things and then scare things out and get potential switch-ins to my little Muck down the line. We are running enough speed for a Jolly Max Speed Mega Tyranitar if he does decide to go that route. Our Spadef investment is very good overall. If this needs to be a secondary switch into Blacephalon, you will see I have a better switch into Blacephalon after this. Well, not after this, but after the next month. And then we're running 16 in defense. I do not remember exactly what that's for. The battle happened, it only happened yesterday, but I can't remember what it's for already. But yeah, basically, this mon is good this match, but it is, if this mon needs to die to prevent setup, then I will let that happen. So if it can haze off a Hawlucha, but it potentially dies, I will definitely do so. If it hazes off a Mega Tyranitar, but potentially dies, I will definitely do so. Mainly those two, maybe even Blacephalon if it sets up Calm Minds and such. So that's a couple things I want to be wary about, and Tapu Fini is very good at kind of like slowing those things down, so decided to bring it there. I'll get into my next mon, another mon making its debut being Peacemaker the Shaman, with the Koba Berry, Seed Flare, Leech Seed, Toxic, and Dazzling Gleam. I kind of went back and forth on the move pool a little bit. I wanted to run Earth Power for a while over Dazzling Gleam to hit Metagross, because I obviously can't hit Metagross very good at all outside of Leech Seed. But overall, I decided to go Dazzling Gleam because this is another mon that can, or this is a good mon to potentially 1v1 Hawlucha. If we're both at full and neither of us are set up, obviously I can't set up, but if he's not set up, then I can deal with him because I will Dazzling Gleam on his potential either flying move or SD if he doesn't want to stay on that turn, for example. I do over half. Even with a Citrus Berry, I believe 2 Dazzling Gleams still knock him out unless he's like very, very bulky, so which I doubt. I highly doubt, but that'd be like the only way he lives too. But basically what I'm anticipating, if I Dazzling Gleam, get him a little bit under half, and then him go for the SD. He thinks he's going to be able to kill me with the Acrobatics, assuming his item's already lost. But I do have the Koba Berry on deck for that, so this is almost like a lore set, but it's just very good at 1v1ing the Hawlucha, if I do keep this healthy, of course. I believe I have to be around 76% or higher to like safely 1v1 even Adamant +2 Hawlucha, which is the idea there. On Seed Flare, Leech Seed is very good overall. He does have things like Gastrodon, Megatar, things like just hit Sneasel, Licky Licky pretty solidly, so that's good there. Seed Flare is just a very good move in general. Leech Seed's very good. I don't have much reliable recovery on this team, so if I'm able to pass off Leech Seeds to other mods and get them decent recovery back, that is pretty solid for me overall. Yeah, I do have Toxic on deck because if he does bring things like Licky Licky as a Wish Passer, I do want to wear that down as soon as possible. And other things like his setup users, I want to be able to put timers on those mons if I'm not able to play around them correctly. So yeah, that's basically the Shaman set. I believe I'm running enough speed for Adamant Max Speed Mega Tyranitar. I know what the Tapu Fini I was running Child Speed Jolly, but this is Child Speed Adamant because I needed the defense investment for the Hawlucha. I don't remember exactly what the Spadef is for. I believe the special attack allowed me to a kill with Dazzling Gleam onto bulky Hawlucha like I was talking about, unless he's like very, very bulky, which I highly doubt. Sorry about the background noise if you guys can hear that, but a little bit, it's just... But anyways, getting to my next mon, we do have the Hariyama. Assault Vest Thick Fat variant with knockoff, close combat, poison jab, and fake out. Overall, this mon is exceptionally good this game. Assault Vest overall doesn't make too much sense, again, except for like 1 or 2 mons. It allows me to take a hit from Latias. Obviously, if Latias is worn down, I can take a hit and then click knockoff and knock it out if it's obviously weakened down. But this is mainly for the Blacephalon, as I can take basically any form of Blacephalon on very comfortably. Outside of if I let a Blacephalon set up like 3 Calm Minds and then a Fire Anium Z Mind one would knock me out, but I'm not going to try to let that happen to me. That'd be really bad. But yeah, this set really good. Like I said, Dark plus Poison coverage, knockoff Poison Jab is very, very good. Close combat, obviously, things like Mega Tyranitar, Licky, Sneasel, just exceptionally solid. And then Fake Out is there to break potential sashes on things like Sneasel and Dugtrio. I don't have hazards this week, so I definitely want to be able to break potential sashes if I do expect them to be there. That's the idea there. I believe I'm running 8 EVs in speed to creep Licky, because I want to be able to outspeed that in any scenario if possible. So if I'm ever really weakened and then Licky comes in and say it's like a really crucial turn in the battle, I want to be able to outspeed in most scenarios, unless he's running like a fast Licky for some reason. So that's the idea there. And I believe Adamant max with this attack spread allows me to kill Blacephalon with knockoff if it's carrying a Z move. So if you guys know, a Z move you cannot knock off. So basically the idea there is to it still kills in most scenarios unless he's running some kind of bulk, which I doubt, but that's the idea there. I'm getting into my last mon on the squad. We're bringing Fusion, the Tornadus Therian with the Phytanium Z, Superpower, Knockoff, Bulk Up, and Acrobatics. We're running enough speed for max speed Dugtrio, which I could see him bring it, but not necessarily. But I do want to have this as an option to outspeed it, obviously. It's definitely respectable enough to outspeed it. As Phytanium Z, it's another very good lure to something like Mega Tyranitar with Bulk Up plus Phytium move. It's very good because it allows me to set up on things like the Mega Tyranitar, like I was saying. Or not set up on it, but set up and then kill it with like Phytanium Z Superpower. Knockoff plus Acrobatics is very good. Like I said, Dark coverage is just very solid overall, and then Acrobatics after potentially using off my Phytanium Z is just very, very good. Hitting hard, even after a couple of bulk ups, I can just start smacking things. So that's the idea with this set. Didn't want to go special with like Hurricane, obviously, because he has Sand. That would just make my Hurricane very, very inaccurate. And it's not something I want to do. So basically, that's going to be the team, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and get into it now. Alright guys, we are back with the battle, and he's brought a couple things I did not expect, being things like the Sneasel, and Licky I guess was a little bit up in the air, but other than that, he does have things like Mega Tyranitar, Tapu Bulu, Hawlucha is sadly here, and then the Blacephalon. So a couple of the things, or a couple of the huge threats I expected are here, and definitely things I want to be careful around. So yeah, basically looking at his team, I felt like my Scarf Diggersby had a very solid lead overall. The only thing I would have matched up bad against is like a Scarfed Blacephalon, and I can switch into that, which is fair enough. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and get into the battle. Lead my Diggersby right here. It also does prevent like Tyranitar going for hazards turn 1, which he actually does decide to lead. Right here, funny enough, Earthquake's obviously an OHKO at this turn, but he knows that as well, so he's not going to stay in. I'm 95% sure he won't stay in. If he stays in, very reckless play in my opinion, but if he doesn't, then obviously I do expect him to switch. Goes into Bulu on what I am going to just throw off a U-turn. Build momentum right away. Like I said, I needed to do that for a Alolan Muck. I could have went into a Alolan Muck right away, but like I said, I don't want to set up with a Alolan Muck on a Tapu Bulu. I don't know if I said that or not, but I don't want Alolan Muck to set up on Tapu Bulu where it can just smack me very hard. So I'm going to go into Tornadus. Right here, I do want to scout out for Choice Scarf. And if he makes any sort of double at all, it would be the Mega Tyranitar in my opinion, because it can take on any form of, or not any form, it can take on Tornadus's moves pretty solidly outside of like fighting coverage. And I felt like it was just his best switch overall. Maybe Licky, but then again, my double I make here will make a lot of sense then, because I am just going to go into Hariyama. So basically, if he is Scarfed, he'll lock himself right here into a Rock move, and then I can eat that up. If he does switch, he'll be into Tyranitar or Licky, so I think Hariyama is a very, very solid play for me right here, as I am just going to make that play right here. As he is going to stay in right here and click the Stone Edge. Does get a crit, does not really matter, but this puts me in a good solid position, because I pretty much know he's locked in a Stone Edge right here. Even though switching out was pretty obvious in my opinion, I could have clicked like Knockoff right there, which was probably a better play. I am going to click Poison Jab, play it safe just in case he wasn't locked for some reason. And I do poison the Licky, which is pretty annoying, because this is one of his, it is his Wish Passer, of course. You're going to see later in the battle. Sorry about just ruining that, but it is his Wish Passer. And it's unfortunate I poison it right off the bat, but nonetheless, it is 30%. It's like a Scald, so yeah. Right here, I know Licky Licky's not an ideal Pokemon to stay in, so I'm not just going to click Close Combat this turn. I'm just going to click Knock Off, as getting rid of that thing's item would have been fine with me. And he actually goes into Bulu, so getting rid of Bulu's Choice Scarf, which is amazing. So I cannot outspeed my Tornadus anymore, which is very good to note. I cannot outspeed my Tapu Fini, I think it outspeeds, but like can't outspeed my Tornado anymore, which is very solid. And he is able to change moves now, but that's not the worst thing in the world, as he's just going to throw up a Wood Hammer. I feel like Shaman was my best play overall right there, because I didn't want to go into Torn on a potential just Stone Edge, as I feel like that was a pretty, it wasn't an obvious play or anything, but it was a play I could have made, but nonetheless I didn't want to do it. I feel like Shaman was just fair right there. After finding out his Choice Scarf, he wasn't any like boosting item, like strong, like a band or anything, or Life Orb, so I could take any hit pretty solidly. And proceed to just throw off a Leech Seed on this next turn, because there's no way I think he's staying in right here, in my opinion, especially if I have like a Flying, Poison, or even like just something to hit him with, Fire move, something. That's where I think Bulu definitely has some value left. So I'm just going to throw off the Leech Seed right here as he goes into his Licky Licky. And I'm getting this thing very, very low with the Poison plus the Leech Seed. You don't need rocks to weaken down teams. What are you doing? No, but right here, I'm pretty sure if he's a Wish variant, he is going to set up a Wish right here, which I'm pretty sure he will. It makes sense with the team he has. He has a lot of sweepers, and he has a lot of like surrounding pieces around it that can. He has a lot of good things like Bulu, Licky Licky, and Megatar, which can help support like a Halucha sweep, and then Sneasel in the back to potentially clean, as well as Blacephalon to potentially clean. So I feel like he's going to be a Wish passing Licky Licky right here. So I'm going to make the aggressive play into my Alolan Mug so I can start setting up some curses, as I don't think this can really do too much to me. If it's Earthquake, I can just set up curses and then eventually eat my Figgy Berry. But right here, this works out perfectly as he goes into the Mega Tyranitar, and this is amazing because I'm still at full health. Well, not after the sand, but I'm going to be able to set up another curse right here. If he goes for the Earthquake, it would put me, I believe, just under 50. So whereas I would just get my Figgy Berry right back, and then I'd be a defense higher up. So he would be doing very, very little to me, and then I can proceed to just knock him out with the Brick Break once I get to +2. But he's actually going to reveal the Dragon Dance right here, which is perfectly fine with me, as I'm a little strange. It's a little strange in my opinion why he's going for the Dragon Dances. But after I kill him off, I guess I'll just tell you why. I get to +2, knock him out with the Brick Break right there. He actually forgot Alolan Muck got fighting coverage in general. It does get Brick Break and things like Focus Punch, so I guess that's something he could look at a little bit more. But nonetheless, it did surprise me a little bit. Alolan Muck got Brick Break before I went into the battle, but obviously I looked at Team Builder and stuff, and it was a very good bring in my opinion. As yeah, I'm able to knock him out right there, and being at +2 with very high health still and not wasting my Figgy Berry still, I'm in a very good position right here, because anything he goes out into will not do much damage to me, and I can just OHKO it in return, as he is going to go for the knockoff, or not the knockoff, but the Icicle Crash, flinch me down, goes for it again. It does prong my Figgy right here, puts me very high, and I can go for Brick Break, knock out the Sneasel, which is very good. As he's going to go into his Halucha right here. Does click High Jump Kick, does 29%, not too much. I can just click Poison Jab, not knock him out. And I do get the Poison though, which is kind of annoying right here, because he would have been able to get another High Jump Kick, and that would have put me in range of where Blacephalon can come out and kill me automatically. But now to where he dies with the Poison, he has nothing that can come in and revenge kill me with one solid turn. So he is going to have to go out into his Tapu Bulu here, you're going to see, and go for, I believe he goes for Stone Edge. Yeah, he goes for Stone Edge, going for the high critical hit move. I don't even know if I crit knocked me out right there, but nonetheless, basically that Poison on Halucha sucked, because he could have went into Blacephalon before Tapu Bulu, saved his Bulu, and then knocked my Alolan Muck out. But nonetheless, I don't think it determined or changed the outcome of the game too much, because I did have things like my Scarf Diggersby, which can still kind of just do a ton of this team right here, a left, and as well as like Hariyama can soak up hits from the majority, and as well as Torrent does solid against it. So Alolan Muck basically just opened up so many gaps, it was tough for him to pull back at that point. As at this point, he can go into Blacephalon and knock me out with a Mind Blown, which Mind Blown's that's a wild move, man. As he's going to show off the grassy terrain's right nice with that, as he's going to go for Mind Blown again, and with the Thick Fat plus Assault Vest combination, we're going to soak up a +1 Mind Blown. Only does 40%, which is very little if you actually think about it. And I'm just going to click the knock him out right here, as he showed to be Choice Scarf, so double Choice Scarf with the Bulu Blacephalon, which was pretty cool. As he's going to go into Licky Licky right here, that 8 EVs in speed coming in clutch as we knock out the Licky Licky, and we are able to win this game 5-0 up against Todd and his Washington Blizzards. So a good game to Todd. Definitely, like I said, this is one of the scarier teams in my opinion. But I'm just glad I didn't allow anything, or anything wasn't able to set up against me overall. If it was the Halucha, I feel like I was in a bad spot. So I'm definitely definitely didn't enjoy playing this team, or prepping for this team, I should say, and I'm glad it's done for a while if we play again later on. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if new. Really would appreciate it. Like I said, this is probably my last video before Christmas, so yeah. That being said, I'm out. Peace.